everybody. Good morning. I hope you're all doing spectacularly well. I'm extremely tired. I have not had a full night's sleep in about 5 years, and it's just catching up to me. So, pardon me if I am a little waffly on this one, but I'm going to try and stick to a consistent thread here. So, the final experiment is finished. Wow. Yeah, and a couple of things have stood out to me. Aside from the results of the so-called experiment, it's not an experiment, okay? It's an observation at best. But we can call it an experiment. That's fine. It's got a good ring to it. So, aside from the results thereof, I've noticed a couple of things about Jaron in particular, and to an extent Whitsitt. Jaron has made his living calling into question the veracity of tests and observations of the entire scientific community. And then, no surprise, when it came down to him doing that observation, making that observation, and people called into question the veracity of his so-called experiment, he called them trolls. He ad-hommed. He got just really repugnant with these people. And they were just asking questions. Questions such as, why does it appear that Austin Whitsitt needed to blow out a hit of a vape in order to get his breath to be visible? And questions such as, why are you getting so defensive in regards to people questioning what you did? That doesn't make any sense. You should welcome the challenges, man. And okay, another one, why have you not mentioned whatsoever the fact that this observation flies in the face of observable measurements of level, non-curving Earth? Why did you not even bring that up? I think that is more amazing than anything. We've got two competing pieces of data which you just didn't even bring up. You just sided with the globe. That one little observation was enough to get you to throw out your entire, no pun intended, worldview in favor of people who have attacked you for decades. That's weird, man. And then when people bring up that the Earth is still level, you act like they're your enemies. Dude, what happened? Okay? It's a result of how you've acted and how you conducted yourself during this observation that you are getting hit with so many questions and why people are so suspicious. The first thing you should have done would have been to lock a camera on the sun and then start a 24-hour stream. That's literally what you have mentioned, what you have shot people down, for not doing. Well, why don't they just put up a 24-hour sun and prove it? Why don't they just prove it? It's so easy. You didn't do it, dude. You didn't do it. Everything that you guys said you were gonna do and try and prove, you didn't do. You didn't show anything to anybody. You might have shown it to yourself, but then, as Sav says, which you have disputed, we're left with trust me, bro. And why should I trust you? You've done nothing but show your true colors of how scathing and cruel you can be when people don't innately trust what you say. So what I see is a false dichotomy, and I see a red herring in that chroma key thing. So what happened is they purposely left chroma key on so that the conspiracy-minded folks would lock onto that and be like, see, it's proof of green screen. And then it would be easily explained away. That is the perfect way to execute a psychological operation. However, what you're neglecting to realize is that people are wise to that kind of shit now. And we don't just trust. We verify and then trust, trust that the verification was accurate. So why should we just trust you? You didn't trust anybody else who came before you and filmed that. And you have mentioned, oh, it's all edited footage, talking about the elevation text that was overlaid on other videos. It's all edited. We got to discount that. But then you go ahead and say that, oh, of course your footage is edited, and we should just believe you. Why? It has nothing to do with the actual veracity of your observation or your data. It has nothing to do with it. It's how sketchy you're acting. And I'm not a troll, dude. I've paid you for years. I've been a member of your channel because I like what you have to say. I like what you did with your Christianity videos. That really opened my eyes. But now, it appears you're a liar. And shame on me for not believing all of the Globers that said that. But it does appear that you are a liar and a snake. I wonder if NASA's hiring, dude. Have you submitted an application? I hear they're down a couple of astronauts. Maybe they could shoot you off to the ISS, get you lost. It's just pathetic, man. You've had so much money thrown at you, and then you treat people who question you like they're the enemy, rather than presenting an unquestionable point of view. You present something so full of holes that it's a freaking screen, man. And then you get butthurt when people do question it. What's up with that? Austin, why did you need to take a hit of a vape before you could get smoke to be seen? Why is it that if it's so damn cold, y'all were out without gloves and without shirts? And yes, I understand how precipitation works and condensation, but you gotta realize that the humidity comes from within you. It's not humidity that's on the exterior. However, I will agree that if the air is dry enough, it will just absorb your condensation, basically. And so we wouldn't expect to necessarily see a whole lot of condensation, but it's not just that. It's that plus all of the other issues that have been noticed and pointed out. I think it's pathetic. And I think it's funny to watch you guys kind of lose your footing. It's nice to see. And it's nice to see people like Sav actually having intellectual honesty enough to question you and not worry about what you have to say against them. That is very, what is the word? That shows integrity. Sav, I have a lot of respect for your integrity, even if you're wrong. I've heard you be wrong about a couple of things, but you know what? When you are wrong, you admit it when it's pointed out to you. And Jaron, I have no respect for you. I don't think anybody that is able to question what they see should have any respect for you. I think you are a snake. I think you've shown yourself to be a rodent. A rat. And I think you should just go live your life, man. But you've shown how deceptive you are and how cruel you are when you're called out on being deceptive. And I feel bad for anybody that actually put trust in you and actually looked up to you as a so-called leader. I feel bad for them. And you know what? Karen showed her true colors too. This whole what the hell is it called? What is it called? This whole trinity of Whitsitt, Jaron, and Karen, kind of riding the coattails of Bob and those who came before and were actually honest. You guys are jokers. The shit that Karen said made her sound like a 5-year-old. How pathetic is that? Karen, you are not cool enough to speak like that. You're not smart enough to speak like that. You're goddamn not pretty enough to speak like that. Find yourself your place and stay in it. But don't get, or at least don't show how butthurt you get when people question your friends. That showed how egotistical you are and how small-minded. Grow up. You're like 60, dude. Grow up. I'm about half your age. Nah, that's not true. I'm like 2/3 your age. But grow up, dude. And Jaron, just go away, man. Let other people who actually have a lust for truth, let others take over where you failed. Because that's what you have done. You have failed. You have let one observation, and I don't even know if it's an honest observation, but let's assume that you're completely honest. You let that one observation completely overtake the mountains of evidence that we have that the earth is level. And the same guy that says what's up in the sky does not prove what's happening on the ground. Man, you're sure a hypocrite, aren't you? God, you're a hypocrite. That's hilarious. Yes, it is evidence, but you are disregarding all of the positive evidence of the actual shape of the earth. And you're also disregarding and ad-homing anybody who is attempting to come up with a model. Why would you do that? So you're totally counterintelligence, dude. COINTELPRO. That's what you are. And anybody with a half a brain now sees that. You just destroyed any legacy you might have possibly had. Good job, Jaron. Good job.